Boston Avalanche. Who else got it? Tampa. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Gonna change the world
Bye-bye.
with my hockey stick. Gonna make a real difference. Feed the poor and heal the sick.
Welcome back.
I was
Episode 26.
off today.
I wasn't sure how you were starting that. I liked the way you started. It kind of had a little something, and then it paused,
I was trying to build
and
suspense.
then we had a woo.
We need a heartbeat one.
Yeah,
For intensity.
Dum, dum.
Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome back to the Puck Daddy podcast. Thanks everyone for subscribing, joining, turned on notifications. I know you all are Puck Daddies. You're doing that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
make
guys
it.
are-
Hit that little bell notification. Subscribe.
Let's the road to 2,000 subs here on YouTube.
We're getting close, yeah.
We're crushing that on TikTok.
We're gonna
and
flow by
IG.
that. We're
And
gonna
everyone
flow by
listening
that.
too, you guys are killing it. We're getting like regular listeners. We're getting
Oh, yeah.
solid
Hell yeah.
audience. We're loving it.
Hell yeah. And-
Show-
and now we're live. We have like a live every time we go. We
Yeah,
do
if you
live
want to
now,
tune in
like-
live and comment and ask questions, you can join and we'll like see it on the we're doing it right now. We can see your
Chippy's
comments.
gonna like trying not to get distracted by the comments. Trying to
Yeah, we gotta
focus
stay
I
on
gotta
topic.
Stay in the room. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the screen now.
We-
I should just put a blinder on so
Yeah,
Chippy
like,
can't see
I'm
the
looking
comments.
At the comments, but then
Well-
I can't talk about the comments because someone else is talking.
Yeah.
We got some good discussion in the
Dialed in
comments
now.
going on about the Leafs and Nylander, and I think that's great. That's
Mhm.
refreshing our memory. So we take notes of what's going on in the comments
Billy
section,
Styles.
Yes.
and
Billy
we'll talk
Styles.
about that.
We need a producer that just sits there to manage the live chat
Yeah,
for us.
facts,
Yeah.
facts.
No, I think we got it.
We're good, but yeah.
Right now, it's early,
I
right?
gotta
But
stand up a
yeah,
little bit. I look a little short.
show some support. Hit the sub buttons. Turn the notifications on. Let's get going.
We're gonna talk playoffs, obviously. Leafs are in the second round.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
we're
got
gonna
it.
dive into that. The Stanley Cup was at Chippy's house,
Yeah.
It was.
which is nuts, and
It was.
that's on the board. I think that might be the first thing we talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about
We're gonna dive into AI a little bit. I think it's nuts. It's going crazy right now.
Mhm.
Chippy's about to drop a single.
that. Oh, huge.
It might come out tomorrow. He was in the
Huge track.
studio until 4 a.m.
Still, yeah,
He
5.
texted us. He's like, "We can't do the live stream this morning because I'm just going to bed now at 5 a.m. I was waking up to go to the
Wild.
gym."
That's hilarious.
What doesn't this guy
I was
do?
locked in the studio with my brother Oliver Joseph. Shout out to Oliver Joseph. Go follow him on all platforms.
What doesn't this guy do? He's got the Stanley Cup on Saturday, in the studio on Sunday.
Oh my goodness, we're
Million views on a video.
we're just
Does it all.
we're flowing,
Does it all.
baby. We're creating.
First round surprises. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Trouba hit. If controversial, perhaps. We have some opposing views. We're going to see what everyone thinks about that.
Bye. Trouba's gone. They're not playing anymore.
Oh, well, I guess fair. Yeah.
It didn't work out for him
He was suspended for the rest.
until next season. Yeah.
Yeah, like what kind of discipline do you even do if the team's just out anyways, eh? I guess they could fine him or something.
Yeah.
We're talking about the can ban. The Florida is banning Canadians from watching their games.
No, they're saying only U.S., but I guess that's
Karma.
basically just to block Leaf
I'd
fans.
say karma's real.
the can ban.
Florida. Karma's real. Florida. You
Mhm.
don't get away with anything.
And then we'll talk a little bit about some future plans for Puck Daddies. So we're in talks with the NHL to make some crazy good content. So let's just get into it.
Chippy,
Okay, I guess
Stanley
I'll-
Cup. What the heck happened?
Yes, let's go. I'll tell the story. So, I think it's a Tuesday afternoon. I'm in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I'm buzzing around. I think I'm doing some bench press because if you know me, I'm always hitting chest. They call me Chippy Chest.
Often.
Just so you know, I have an explosive bench press, 2 plates plus.
He throws it around.
I just ragged all the bench
Mm.
press. That's what I do. That's my lift. I do need to start doing some shout out to Ben Jackson. That's my brother right there.
Oh, let's go.
Atta
Benny.
boy. Sorry, I just saw the comment. I think Benny's in the building. But yeah, so I'm in the gym, and I get my phone rings. I get a little ring. I get a little ring, ring, ring,
Mm-hmm.
ring, ring, ring.
It's the
Give me a
Stanley
little ring.
Cup.
Give me a little ring. Give me a little ring.
Hi, it's Stanley.
Give me a little
Can I
ring,
come
ring,
over?
ring. Boom! I get a ring from the NHL. I like to keep names confidential. I
Mhm.
won't put the name out,
Yep.
but absolute legend. And he calls me, boom. What's going on? What are you doing Saturday? I go, it's my birthday on Saturday.
Ooh.
And he's like, well,
Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah.
appreciate it, yeah.
Did you just
appreciate
turn 24?
I just turned 24, and I didn't get a birthday wish from these guys, just so you guys know.
I had no idea.
Hey, 24 Stanley Cup in the door.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. exactly. So I'm like, I'm in the gym, I'm buzzing around. Now I got like I'm feeling good. Like when taking calls in the gym's actually like elite. Like if you're like need to do like a business call or something, like and you're in the gym, I'm telling you, bro. Like
Are you saying it's an alpha move, or are you just
it's just like
the dick that answered the phone and
Yo.
made everyone listen to your conversation?
No.
it's like the air in the gym. You're flowing. Like I start like circling the gym. I'm talking on the phone, right? I'm with the NHL. No one even know. I'm just circling this gym with a little swagger. Like
He's a shark.
yeah, I'm a shark circle. I'm a shark circling, right?
Talk to me, Johnson. Yeah, Stanley Cup. Mhm.
Yeah. Saturday, I was
2 o'clock.
I go Saturday. That's my birthday Saturday. He goes, no way. Like, are you home? I was like, yeah, yeah, I should be home. Like, I got some family coming over or something like that. We're not doing too much.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh well, like, how would you like to have the Stanley Cup at your house?
I would like
That
it.
would be unreal. I mean,
look into it.
the
Yeah.
Stanley Cup at my house, that would be unreal.
Yeah, let me see if I can squeeze it in.
Exactly, right? So I'm like, the Stanley Cup, like, no way. Like, I'm into this like energy stuff and like attracting stuff.
Really?
And it's like, like, am I attracting the Stanley Cup into my house right now? Like, this is crazy. Like, it's like a magnet. I don't know. I felt like a magnet. The cup's coming to Coach Chip. So I'm like, okay, this is great. Then it goes like, well, don't get your hopes up. Like, we're not sure if it can actually happen.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was kind of like waiting a couple days, and then literally the Friday night, I get a text from the legend that does the cup.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Mike.
Yep.
And
Keeper of the cup.
Yeah,
or-
the keeper of the cup.
Yeah.
Legend, Big Mike. So he shoots me. He's like, call me, whatever. And I was like, yo, what's going on? He's like, so like tomorrow, like we have to be. I think the cup has to be in somewhere at noon. So it's like we might be able to squeeze you in at like 9:30.
Right.
And I was like,
Chippy's got to wake up after.
yeah,
being
and I'm
up
like,
all
it's my
night.
birthday. I'm like, I want to sleep till noon, but
Sorry, bro. I'm gonna be too tired. Can we reschedule?
yeah, exactly. So after I kind of knew that there might be the cup might be coming, I was like, hey, like I gotta like figure out what content I want to do.
Mhm.
So I was like, I filmed something like Thursday, like a little skit prior.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, I was like, I filmed the whole skit like up
Yes.
to like when the cup was like the next scene was like the cup at the door.
Yeah, no wasted time.
No waste of time. So, I'm
So
like,
efficient.
It's already ready. Cause I was like, what am I gonna film? Like,
Okay.
I don't really do like the voiceover. Like, I don't really do that type.
After
of
the fact,
It's not like
yeah.
my content. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like
But that's like Hollywood style. It's like you film all the shots, and then when the star arrives,
exactly. It's just
film.
boom, the star arrives. So like, I'm like, hey, this is like good. Like, I think this is a good concept. And then so I actually filmed a couple like different ones. Like the first one was like, oh, like they're dreaming about the cup.
Yeah.
That's the one that's got posted.
Mhm.
And then I have another one that I haven't posted yet, and it's kind of like you're giving the Stanley Cup like human qualities, like you're talking
yeah.
to him like he's like a real person.
Mhm.
I really like that one. I want to post that one. But so like I filmed them, and I was like, hey, like I felt a little nervous. I was like, hey, like the cup's coming. Like, what content am I gonna get? Because I have to get some content for the NHL. They're trying to promote the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I think I got a good angle. We'll see how it goes. And then, bing, boom, it was like a little bit earlier than 9:30. Big Mike rolls up just in a normal car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's knocking at the door. He comes in, and we just start chopping it up with him.
Mhm.
He goes and grabs the cup, brings it in. It's in like that
case.
That case is
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
With the-
I helped
yeah.
carry that down the
The
stairs.
velvet lining. or
Unreal.
whatever.
The
Yeah.
blue. Yeah, and it was like it was raining. So I'm like, oh, like I guess we're not gonna be able to like do the shot outside. He's like, no problem. Like we moved the case into the garage.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, I just want it at my doorstep. Like the next scene I need to open. So we got at the doorstep. And then when, like my mom was just talking to Mike the whole time. Like, cause I was trying to do like the acting scene. So like
Yeah.
Mike was out there talking to my
You
mom.
You tasked her with distracting
Yeah,
him. so
yeah,
you
just
could-
like let me. I was like, I know, like he was just a legend. So like, my dad and I are like frantically like trying to like film these scenes. We have like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I
to-
noticed your dad. I figured it was your dad
Yeah,
was
yeah.
holding the phone.
Yeah, he was holding the phone, and like,
Mhm.
I was just trying to like, and I was like, it's a little early for me, so I was trying to get into these characters, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
like a little tired, and I'm like trying to like get the hype. Yeah, just having the cup in the house, like my dad was going crazy. It
Oh,
was
of
like
course,
really big
yeah.
for my dad. Like it was like a very
Oh,
like
yeah.
like kind of like a spiritual moment. Like he had this little moment with the cup. He was like he gave his little
great.
speech with it. I got it on video. It was like I was like, Dad, just relax. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta keep filming these videos, and he does this like 2-minute monologue about like some crazy stuff. Like I have it on video. It's pretty funny.
Unreal.
Yeah, and then so the cup came, did a couple scenes, brought it to the basement. It's big.
All right, 35
I
pounds,
didn't
bro.
expect it to be that big, and it was like the authentic, like real one. It was the real cup. Like it had the little dent from when they dropped it on the ice last year.
Oh, nice.
So like
Yeah.
I was just like talking to Mike just about all the stories. Like it was just like, yeah, it was incredible. He travels 200 and something days of the year with the cup.
Yeah.
It goes a lot of places.
Yeah.
There's like 5-6 people dedicated to like every day that's doing
Yeah.
something, and then he is like the main one. So I guess 200 out
there's
of
two guys. I think
365.
There's another guy.
Yeah,
There's two of
there's
them,
two.
and like they kind of like rotate whenever like
Yeah.
like if so.
But
Like,
then they have like a team like that they
Yeah.
if someone needs to take a day off, then they have like a backup and
it's
stuff.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So like so the cup was literally at my crib, and then it had to go somewhere. I think it was like Toronto, and then that night it was flying out to LA.
Mm-hmm.
And
Jeez.
going like so like it was just incredible like hearing his story and like because the cup is like almost more famous than every player. So when the cup shows up,
Fair, yeah.
like, everyone's just like it's like the cup has
It
this-
demands attention.
It's
has-
timeless.
Yeah,
It's
it
timeless.
has this like it's like the oldest trophy in sports.
Huh?
So
Mhm.
it has its like just like it's it was crazy.
It
just
started as a salad bowl, I think. Which is
yeah, and then they've added.
a gift
So I saw the
from
Leafs.
like France or something.
So I saw the Leafs like
from Lord Stanley.
1967. Just like saw like all like grind like names.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
It
Yeah.
was really cool, just like looking at everything. It's all hand like.
Yes.
Mhm.
So that's how it started. How putting the names in the cup is the early teams that won it back in like the early 1900s. Like one year, the team's like, "Hey, let's carve our name in it." And, like they get out their jackknives and start carving their
So
names like
sick.
in the bowl.
You're right.
And then like the next team's like, "Oh, we should do that too." The next year, and then like, "Well, we should just officially."
Make it a thing that you get
Yeah.
to do that.
So yeah,
yeah.
if you go to the Hockey Hall of Fame, you can see like the hand engraved names at the top. If you look, like they put a mirror so
I'd
you
be
can see it.
shaking. I'd be I'd try to write it. Try to just like get it.
Yeah.
It just says like it's like one of your great grandfathers that won it, and it's just like Chippy was here 1910
Yeah,
LOL.
yeah, exactly right.
It's like something stupid like that.
No, but yeah. So yeah, I had about like 40 like an hour maybe to get that done, and then he had to peel out real quick.
In and out, quick one.
And I had my neighbors. They both played like AAA hockey,
Yep.
so like I invited them over to get a picture
yeah.
with it, and like yeah, it was really cool. Like, it was just like it's kind of a surreal moment. Like when I'm picturing myself in grade 1. Like
Oh,
what do you want to do? I want to make it to the NHL and win the Stanley Cup. And so
Mhm.
like I didn't win it, but like
yep.
just having it in the crib,
close.
like in the house, like that was crazy. Like it was just kind of like a wow, like there's really anything's possible. Like what is this Stanley Cup doing in my house? It's
Exactly.
like
eh?
why? Like this is hilarious. Like I started laughing. I'm like this is hilarious to me. Like why is this cup in my house right now?
Think
Yeah.
about where you were like 1 year ago.
1 year ago,
right?
man, I don't even want
You
to
wouldn't
think
have
about
predicted.
it.
You wouldn't have
man.
predicted that.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
It was like it's insane. It's like a surreal, just like anything's possible. Like, and it's not like I put my mind to it. It just came to me. It was just like
It happens.
I got the call, and it was like I wasn't pushing for it. It wasn't like
Here's the thing is when you try for things, it can kind of put people off. And that goes right back to it's just like an animalistic attraction thing. It's like I remember in high school, it's like the guys that tried the hardest would and like trying to get a girlfriend, right? And the girl's like, "Oh, like it's like
yeah,
stop,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
The law of attraction. Yeah.
So it's like when you're trying so hard, like obviously
It's almost like you're pushing it away.
sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't, right? But the best thing you can do is just put out your best self, right? And then if maybe you're trying really hard at one specific thing, but that's not what's best for you at that moment. But if you just put out your best self and the best version of yourself, it just invites all kinds of opportunities to come to you. Things that you wouldn't have even dreamed of, right? So, like, say a year ago, you start texting people at the NHL, "Hey, can you guys drop the cup off at my house?" And you just keep pounding them and pounding them.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
never would have happened.
Yeah, no.
Not a chance,
No.
right? But it's just because you're putting out all this like super like positive, unique, creative stuff. All these opportunities start coming to you that
Yeah.
you wouldn't have dreamed of, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what it is. It's like just give
Give
yeah, yourself
give
out, right?
give energy, give positivity, and yeah, things just come. Like I have this like abundance mentality, which is like there are no limits to what is available and possible. So if like, you can have an abundance mentality, like there's abundance of opportunities, there's abundance of people that you're gonna meet. Like you don't have to put yourself like a scarcity mindset's like I need this. Like there's
You
there's
hold on to
it's a
everything
finite.
tight.
I'm not gonna, like especially with
Yeah.
money. If you're like a scarcity mindset with money, you're not gonna spend it. Well, in order to make more money, you have to spend your money. So
Spread
it's
it
like,
around.
you have to be able to have that abundance mentality. There's an abundance of just things.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, once you start to hole up and keep everything to yourself and shut other people out, eventually, you're like you become like an abandoned city, and all the weeds
Yeah.
grow over and you
Yeah.
become forgotten, right?
I like
Versus,
that analogy. I like
right?
that. Yeah.
If you're a free flowing river, right? You're not going to keep all the water and dry up, right? You're sending that all out, and you're creating life all around you and like your whole ecosystem. So it's like you gotta let it flow.
Wow,
right?
you're really good with your words today.
Thank
Really
you, thank you.
Painting a picture in my mind with like the rivers and water and flowing.
There you go. You don't want to dry up. You don't want to keep that all in.
Dry, stay
Right?
wet.
Send it out. Send it out. Seeds of opportunity everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Klutz 5000 in the chat says coach's energy became one with the cup and the moment was manifested.
For the Leafs to lose the very first game. I'm just kidding.
I believe
Smooth
so.
transition, Jared.
I really believe, in the energy, and I believe the Leafs are winning this Stanley. I just in my mind, the Leafs are. I talk with Stan. I did have a little talk with Stan, and I said, no, I'm gonna tell you what I said, but we had our moment.
Okay,
and
yeah, keep
the
it.
fact that he was sitting in my living room when I'm watching these games, I'm like, there's just no way, like the Leafs are cup bound this year. Like there's just it has to be like it doesn't. And in my reality, when I'm watching the game in my living room, knowing that this Stanley Cup was like, what are we talking about here? Like I'm watching Stanley Cup playoffs and the cup was in, like it was just like, okay, there has to be some synergy here. Leafs are gonna come back in this Florida series, and then we're gonna go cup bound.
There you go.
Before we get too
That's
far
a good
into
name
the
for a
Leafs,
song. Cupbound?
Oh, cup bound. That's kind of funny because there's a banger called Cup Bound coming out very soon, probably tomorrow,
Oh.
in the studio.
Who's
for
the author, artist? Is it Drake or? Is it
even
Drake?
better? Oliver Joseph times Coach Chippy
Ooh.
times Big Billy on the production.
Mm.
Yeah, it was incredible. There's a lot of people that helped out with that track. And
We had a little sneak peek preview
Yeah.
before the
Oh,
pod.
it's a drill
hype.
beat. It
It's a
hits
hype.
hard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hype. It's hype. It's a hype track.
What
I could see the Leafs actually like playing that in the locker room.
I could see it being played in the ACC.
Yes. Yeah. If you're gonna drop it, and if the Leafs can win
Yeah.
this round, I could see it becoming an anthem. Like
When the Leafs
Carrying
win this round,
And
When?
it has the
When?
it has the
Yeah.
hook where anyone can like yell.
Yeah.
It. Like it's not. It's just
Mhm.
very.
It's simple, but it hits hard.
It's
It
like
slaps.
energy. It's like if you're on
Yeah.
stage and you get everyone screaming it.
let's
Mhm.
call it here. Let's call it live. In front of everyone here, they will be our witnesses.
Yeah.
That song will be played as the opening montage sequence for one of the Leafs games.
I bet so. Yeah.
You know how they always do, like those crazy.
Yo, you just
like,
gave me
lead-in.
chills. You just gave me chills, bro. You
It's-
actually just gave me chills.
It will happen, and you heard it right here.
It will
Yeah.
happen. It will
It'll
happen.
happen.
I believe
feel,
it.
I believe it too. Like,
Mhm.
and when we were making the song, like the energy when we were making it, like in the room, everyone's energy.
Well, you're up till like 4 a.m.
Yeah,
The
so
energy's got to
yeah,
be.
it
good.
was just like the energy was just like, holy, like yo, this is. And then just as we kept adding to it, we started adding like we just added these little background. We added some spice and flavor, and it was like, yo, this is an actual track. Like this is like sounds pretty cool.
And you don't want to tease it.
No, we can't tease it yet. We can't tease it yet. We're gonna tease it today, though. I think.
Couple
Well,
bars.
it's like I would tease it, but it's not.
fair.
It's not mine.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's you and
In a
Oliver.
way, like
yeah.
it's our. It's all.
It's
It's
a
our
joint
track.
effort. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Makes sense.
I don't want to ruffle any feathers. If
Right,
it's
fair, fair.
Anything like that. Yeah.
Just cycling back to your Stanley Cup story, I was just imagining when you said like, "Oh, I got a call from someone pretty high up." I just imagine you getting a text, and it's like Lord Stanley, right? And it's got like the avatar is the cup, like a selfie of it, right?
Like low key, I want to make a cartoon.
yeah, and then it's just like,
cartoon.
"Hey Chip, you up?" It's just like Stan. He's got his
I
name
want to do
Stan.
that. I want to
You
do like
could.
a little cartoon
You-
where it's like.
you can make that because you got to like just use the clips you already have.
Oh, I actually
Yeah.
want Coach Chippy to. I actually feel like I want to make like cartoon episodes.
Oh,
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
that would go. That would work, dude.
I think so too.
And you could just find an animator to do these for you. Just throw the
animated to
ideas
make,
out
like,
there.
like
100%. That could be
the
your
story,
whole
like just
YouTube
like
thing.
stories, like of like how
Yeah.
I won, like how the cup came. Like that would be crazy.
Yo, Chip, you up? it's the Stanley Cup, like
Exactly, bro. Okay, that's a crazy idea. I actually really like that idea.
like the cup is just
I'm picturing-
Snapchatting you.
I'm picturing like the style of when you go to the drive-in, and it's got like those like animated cartoons that play before the movie. I'm picturing like that kind of style, like with the Stanley Cup with the big googly eyes on top
Yeah.
of it, and
yeah,
that'd be kind of
so
sick.
cup bound.
Cup bound.
Cup bound.
Mm.
All right, yeah, that's.
Let's go on
Let's
to
move on.
some hockey.
Upsets.
First round surprise.
Yeah, like who the
First
first
round
round upsets,
surprise.
first
What?
round surprises.
Okay, so let's go down the list. What
Okay,
was-
yeah. So
What was your biggest surprise to you of the first round?
to me, I think it was. I'm not going to go with what everyone will say, and that's Boston, Florida. I
Same.
think I would go with Seattle and Colorado. I didn't expect Seattle to just like stomp Colorado. I'm being flat out. Like they just showed up in waves. Every player was contributing. It was like a full team effort. And you can't even say it's like, yeah, this guy made the difference. It's like you can barely name half the players on their team, and yet they still beat Colorado.
They just come wave after wave after wave, and they play offense. And
Are they gonna do that Vegas run like that Vegas did their
looking
first
like
year?
It's kind of looking like they. I was telling Jeremy this morning before you came that I wouldn't be surprised to see like Seattle play Edmonton in the Western Conference Final and have the Eberle versus Oilers matchup.
Yeah, I like
former
that,
team.
Yeah,
And like that would just be electric. It's like full team effort versus like top 3 players. You know, like
yeah, that's actually.
it's like the two contrasting styles of teams, right? Like it'd be interesting to see. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'd love to see that too.
Yeah.
I want to go up in the comments here. I forget. Okay, I forget who said it, but basically said I want to see the Panthers versus Kraken Stanley Cup
That everyone predicted.
that everyone predicted.
I saw that comment too. Yeah.
Just as everyone predicted. Panthers.
We got a lot of chats today. Thanks everyone for tuning in on the YouTube live stream. If you guys want to check that out.
Yeah, so I love that. And you know, I was hoping you would go with the Panthers putting.
I mean, you can.
Bruins.
We're gonna go through them all. It's not. We're not.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I wasn't that surprised with the Panthers because you know they can bring the offense. They have the players. They have the names. They've
You
got,
predicted that Boston would be like riddled with injury/sickness.
well, both Chippy and I predicted.
Yeah.
Boston getting bounced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of us.
Bounce.
You did.
Which is why we weren't too surprised. And I also, I believe I said, it could have been just talking to you in the office. Maybe I put on the pod. I don't know that.
Can never distinguish the difference.
I forget. That Kachuk would just like dominate and he would like really lead the team.
I really don't like that right now. I really
He's
don't.
so
He's the
good.
best player in the world right now.
No one can outcompete him.
In the playoffs, like I just,
he's a
He is a playoff player,
Yes.
100 through and through.
Yeah.
I really don't like
That
what
through
I'm
the legs goal he got against Boston, in Series 1.
But
He was just like that was like okay, yeah, Chuck's in like final form.
he doesn't seem like he's a great skater. Like it just seems like
He's a player.
he's just a
the thing though, right?
gamer. He's
That's
a
the thing, he's a gamer.
Yeah.
He's a
bro,
gamer.
Like,
Mhm.
he hammers guys.
He works hard. He does things right. He's in the right spot. He makes plays, and he's got the skill too. He's just a complete player. And even in his interviews, he's like, I loved his interview after. He's so cool, calm, collective, and he's like, we were the least likely team to win this series according to everyone,
Yeah, but
except
just
the guys in the dressing
I
room.
know, just relax
Nah,
with that stuff.
he's
dog.
good.
Just relax, Chucker. Like, you get it. We get it. You were the underdog. Like, we get it. We get it. We get it. You guys won.
Yeah.
Anything
When
can
you
hap-
guys made
anything
those,
can happen in the NHL.
when you guys made those predictions that Florida would bounce Boston, I thought you guys were just like trying to be like tongue in cheek, like trying to make the opposite pick just to.
Well, then we would have
go
said
against the
Seattle.
grain.
I almost picked every round correct. Like Colorado should have won that. That Colorado one, I was like, hey, that's for sure. And then what was the other one I didn't
New
predict?
Jersey.
I predicted New
and-
Jersey beating the
yeah.
Rangers,
Right.
Uh-huh.
and I predicted what's the
Obviously predicted
that was
Leafs.
are those the only two?
Ed-
You picked
Edmonton
Leafs in Tampa,
and LA.
obviously, but
Leafs and Tampa.
No, you said Edmonton would get bounced, but they.
No, I didn't. I picked Edmonton to beat LA.
I remember you said it six times in a row. You're like, Edmonton is going to get bounced by LA.
No,
And
check
then-
out, check out
I
the
don't
video. I made the
remember
video.
that.
I made
No?
the video. I made the video. Go check out the bracket.
maybe on the pod. He
I think
said
those are the
something
only two.
different than
There
his
might be
video.
those are the only two. Colorado, and I was almost, and that both went to Game 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very close to.
Okay, maybe that was just during the hot
Also very
takes.
close to having a perfect
Yeah.
bracket out of the first round, but I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, that was when we were just trying to make hot takes on just saying stuff.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
During the hot takes one.
And then
that's
I
what said.
actually made an actual bracket and posted
Yeah.
it after.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably
'cause-
said something. I probably did say something. I was like,
Yeah. And then another series. that-
Hold on. I love
Oh, you wanted to talk more?
one more thing from the Panthers.
Oh, okay.
Radko Gudas. This guy, absolute beaut. Like, he's a guy that you don't want on the other team, but if he was on your team, you'd love him. He's just like, he's a goon, but like, I don't know.
he's just not fun to play against. At
He's
all,
exactly,
like,
exactly.
But he stinks.
I don't like when
But
you
he
try to sit on
stinks.
people. People are not chairs.
They're not tables or chairs.
Okay,
No,
like,
no, if
we're
it-
gonna talk about this Florida series because I want to talk about the.
yeah,
Florida
he's not a points guy. He's not a points guy, but
Let's
like,
just go through the rest of
All right.
the series quick first, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we'll talk Leafs.
biggest surprise for me also Seattle. I just did not think that they I don't know how they made it there, and then I watched and I was like, now I know how they made the playoffs. They are something different. They play team hockey. They have no single star on their team.
And they just put pucks on net.
Exactly. Like if it's a six, they get tons of goals and shots every game, and it's not one guy doing it all. It's not Pavelski scoring 4 goals in a single playoff game and taking them to overtime. No, it's every guy will just get 1 goal each. It's like they just share, just send it around. It's wild. Different
Different style
mentality
for
there.
sure.
What's gamer mean? Gamer means he just brings mojo. Gamer, he's just a gamer.
He shows up
He shows up. He's just
ready to go,
the-
make a difference.
This has come from Ben in the comments there.
Yeah.
What does gamer mean? And it's essentially in a practice, you're like, oh, he's a good hockey player. You know, he's pretty good. But he's like, you know how you get practice players that just look sweet? They're such a great practice player. They disappear in games.
Yeah.
A gamer is kind of the opposite. They're good in practice, whatever. But then in the game, they show
just
up.
a
They
different
are
beast.
and I've coached kids like that.
I would say it's just
Right?
compete. Like I would say
Yeah.
like that one intangible. This is the one word I say. Like if you don't have compete, you don't have compete. Like you can't like, and that's coming for someone with I'm a gamer. When I'm telling you guys I'm a gamer. The compete is something you can't teach. You either have it or you don't. And it's pretty much gamer just means compete.
You've got the mentality.
Just like compete.
I think we get it. Yeah.
You got
Just
it.
compete.
All right.
Hayden doesn't get it. Not get it. Hayden, you don't get it.
And your biggest surprise the first round?
Biggest surprise the first round is biggest surprise. I would say which the other round I didn't predict, right?
I mean, LA was a bit surprising, I think.
LA. What was the West? Who were they in the West?
We had Vegas
What
and
about-
Winnipeg.
What about the Leafs winning 3 on the road in OT each time?
That was probably the biggest surprise. Is the Leafs winning 3 on the road in overtime and beating a team that dominated us the whole series. Like if we play
Yeah.
like the way we played like against Tampa, like if like we played last night, kind of. I don't know.
I think
I
just-
haven't
I-
seen us play
so
good.
far
I
my
haven't
bi-
seen us play good.
So far, my biggest surprise is just that,
Samsonov was my
that
biggest surprise.
Toronto has to go through both Florida teams in order to
Yeah.
get to the
Yeah, they're
conference
gonna get
final.
tired of going to that sinkhole of a state.
No, but Samsonov, I guess Samsonov standing on his head all series.
Good,
He
yeah.
literally, like, if we didn't have Samsonov, we were not winning that series.
No, he
like
was.
overtime, 3 overtime wins, like huge saves in overtime, like
Yeah.
2-on-1s, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
game over saves, like
Yeah,
on Kucherov backhand cutting middle through the slot. Remember that?
Yep.
Yo, like
he
crazy.
showed up when they
when we
needed
needed
him
it,
to.
when we needed
Yeah.
saves.
I'd say that was a huge one. That Toronto flipped the script. They did the opposite of what they
It's
normally
like they
do.
flipped the script, but they didn't feel like they should have won that at all.
I was saying they stole it. They
It's like
But
crazy.
Tampa's done that in the past where they've played games where they probably shouldn't have won, but they find a way
yeah,
to.
you
Yeah,
need to
but,
find
like,
a way. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. that's
Toronto
correct.
came back from a 3-1
Yeah.
deficit with 10 minutes left and won it in overtime.
That's anti-Toronto.
That's not what they normally do.
Yeah.
And
And then Boston did what Toronto normally does.
Yeah,
yeah. Is this your first time? Oh,
yeah.
not my
let's-
first time.
Let's get into
We have to touch
game
on
one.
the other
Ooh,
series.
No, we
first.
don't. Do we? Who? What is he? gonna-
Rangers in New Jersey.
Rangers jersey?
Yeah.
Jack Hughes. We called it. I tell you, he's a stud.
I know. That's why I wanted to call it out because I thought for sure the Rangers were gonna win.
They couldn't come together. Too many stars.
And then- Yeah.
Too much mumble jumbling at the deadline. They had it. Kane old. Panarin didn't score a goal. I mean,
Yeah. Panarin didn't show up.
Lafreniere didn't get a single point.
Mhm.
Wow.
So I thought
7
that
games.
the Rangers, with a combo of their playoff experience, their skill, they got the veteran experience there, right? They got
Shesterkin.
they got Tarasenko, they got Panarin, they got Patrick Kane, they got
And
Kreider,
they were up
got
2-0.
Zajanabad, Zabanajad, right?
Yeah.
And then they got the young guys too. They got Lafreniere, he's
Yeah,
hungry.
they're
Got Capo
stacked. They were
Caco,
stacked.
right?
Yeah.
These guys are like highly touted drafts that this is their time to shine and
It was
show.
too much talent. It's like
Maybe.
too much.
Not enough.
Skill.
It's like the opposite of Seattle. Not enough to spread around. They're all fighting for the puck.
That's what I'm saying, right? And
Yeah.
a team like Seattle's in with nobody you ever heard of,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
except for
And
Jared
did
McCann.
Panarin not get a point?
I think no. I think he
He's
did. But
pretty quiet.
to be fair, like the Rangers had games and large moments of games where they dominated.
Yeah.
But then the New Jersey Devils just stuck with them, and the young guys just kept battling.
And big story there because they were down. They were down.
Down 2-0 in the
Yep.
series. I
And
think,
then
yeah.
was it Kira Schmid? Just comes out of nowhere.
Oh, shutout in Game 7.
He might be the guy. He might be.
I haven't watched. I'm not gonna lie, to you, I haven't
He's
watched.
him.
Right.
Him and Neutron. Shout out to Treddy.
That's what I'm saying. Every few years, there's a goalie that just comes out of nowhere and takes their team like all the way.
It was Ottinger
Yeah.
last year, I think, right? Like he took them to.
And he had a good run.
really
Matt
far,
Murray
yeah.
did it for the Penguins when he was like 18 years old or something
Yeah.
ridiculous like that, right?
Mhm.
So
And then the other series that I wanted to touch on was the Hurricanes and Islanders.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
Chippy's Hurricanes.
I called that. I called
Yeah,
that.
you called that, and that was everyone expected Carolina to win it, and they won. And I have Carolina going to the Cup final.
I
so.
think that they're the only team in the last 5 years that's won a round every.
It's the second round they have to worry about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I feel like it's like their time to get over the
hump there.
hump there. Yeah, because they.
Would you be happy with a Leafs Hurricanes conference final?
I have that. I had predicted a Leafs Hurricanes final.
I have.
Conference final.
So did I.
I don't think that's a good matchup for the Leafs.
I know, that's what I'm like.
Oh,
Carolina can
No.
score when they need to, but they also know how to lock down. If they get the lead first, it's tough to get back.
yeah, I'm scared of
Yeah.
Carolina.
If
Uh-huh.
yeah, if they
Little bit.
yeah, that'd be a tough.
I have Carolina in the
Well,
Cup final, but
We're gonna beat.
I had Colorado.
We're gonna
though,
beat
so
them.
Leafs will find a way.
my bracket's
team.
busted.
Like the Leafs have to find like if we could beat like honestly that Tampa team was they I don't think you could play a team like that was like the best team in the league. It looked like to me like that team,
They're probably one of the most experienced playoff teams over the past
it was that
5 years,
Kucherov
right?
line that was
Oh, yeah.
just
Yeah.
like dealing like I don't think the Hurricanes have that. I mean, they got
Killer mentality?
I don't know. Like, it seems like they're just so good all around. That's like my boy Seth Jarvis. Shout out to Sethy Jarv.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. Like Aho, I guess is their superstar.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
just looking for the top
And
end
but
talent.
he's clutch.
But like,
He's clutch. He's so
imagine-
clutch.
imagine-
Aho.
imagine Carolina Seattle final, where it's just two teams that are just like scared. Like every player gets an even shot at scoring, and it's just like team strategy
yeah,
versus
kinda,
team
it's
strategy.
Kinda, that's kind of like
Yeah.
Like I guess it's like funny to see how teams are constructed and see how the game.
And like how they're coached.
Yeah,
too.
because the team that wins
Yeah.
the cup is like the blueprint for every like everyone wants to start shooting 3-pointers once Golden State
right,
won all this shit's like we need 3-point shooters where it's like
right.
oh maybe we don't need 5 superstars up front
Yeah.
that like us like you know what I mean like
Yeah, true.
Actually, it reminds me of an idea I had to fix the actually two things: the draft, like people tanking for the first round pick,
Yeah.
and also the salary cap issue. It's not an issue, but I thought, what if we just abolish the salary cap? You can spend as much as you want, but whichever team has the lowest salary cap starting the year
Mm-hmm.
will get the first overall pick, and you just work your way up. So you can throw all your money at all the stars you want, and if it helps your team, good. But whoever is like smart with their money, right?
I mean, the only
no because
the only problem with that is
you
that
have the
then
best-
then trades become even more of like a
Eh.
tough thing to balance, because like there's contract, some people will be like overpaying for people just to trade it to a team so that they'll be
just to
just to
tank
nerf
'em.
yeah,
like
like
some people
like they'll sign a player to a high contract knowing that he full well only wants to be traded to one team,
Right.
and then
like golden draft picks become less important because I'd rather take someone that's 25 prime played 5 years in the league
yeah.
and then once that first overall pick becomes that we're just gonna get him when he's in his prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At
Like,
least they'll just keep buying everyone.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
guys would only play for a team for like 3 or 4 years, and then
Yeah.
go to the.
No,
like,
I've always I've
I
thought
like it though.
over
I
the
That's
past
an interesting idea.
over the past couple of years, I've always thought that the salary cap should be like more of like a softer cap, and they'll just be like a fee that you pay when you have to go over.
Oh.
It's called like a luxury tax,
Ooh.
and I'm pretty sure the NBA does that type of thing too, but it's a bit
Well, isn't
different.
in Florida there's no state tax or something?
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking like
Yeah, I know.
government tax. I'm
Well, that's
talking
not fair. I don't like I feel like
I'm talking luxury tax that you pay the league when you go over the salary.
Yeah,
cap.
but he's
no,
just
I'm
saying like
saying-
some teams have an
Yeah, which-
advantage.
the word
like,
tax came into my mind,
Oh no,
and then I'm just saying like Tampa doesn't.
it's not really though when you think about the Canadian market and how much money they can make outside of the game.
Yeah.
Like, are you making like multi-million-dollar advertising
but
deals in
dude,
Florida?
dude.
No.
No, but like,
They playing hockey? No, they don't care.
but you don't pay the tax. Like the taxes are like insane. Like if you get like in Canada, like I don't even know what.
But it doesn't.
have you done your taxes?
Yeah, I've done my taxes.
It doesn't affect.
Did it suck?
I don't. Like,
Next
my
year's
mom's an
taxes will
accountant.
suck. Okay.
My mom's an accountant.
Yeah, but I'm
so-
saying like you're like, oh shoot, like I haven't paid anything, and now I have to
ADD
pay.
brain here.
It's a podcast.
Yeah,
It's
I'm saying that the tax doesn't
yeah,
make a big
you're
difference.
grilling me. I mean, yeah, I paid my taxes. Jared, did you pay your taxes? This
Oh
year?
my gosh, I never stop paying my taxes,
I
bro.
know. Do
It
you?
sucks.
You
It
sure?
sucks. Every day.
I'm just
like,
trying to
Pay my
say
of course I do.
the Canadian
Of
players.
course I do.
Let's get back to hockey here.
Sorry, I was
The
making
Canadian
sure everyone knows
players-
I do.
The Canadian players, they get paid, but they can easily just run their money through the states and get ways to not pay as much tax.
You're talking about money laundering now, huh?
No, it's not money laundering.
Mhm.
If you get-
why do you know so much about this?
If
Yeah.
you get because I listen to other podcasts,
They just
I-
open a
I
bank account in
read
Panama
articles.
Yeah,
under 3 shell companies,
I want to go play in Vegas.
Alright.
numbered shell
They have no
companies in
income
Panama.
tax or something like that. I don't know. I heard
That
Benny's asking, like Florida teams, they have super low income tax.
Yep.
No state income
True.
tax, Florida, but federal
No,
tax.
no state income tax, but federal
I
tax.
don't
which
even
is
like the
bigger.
word
Oh, I
tax.
see.
I don't like it.
No.
just saying it's not as big an impact as you think.
Okay.
Because,
Yeah.
but guess what, guys? We build roads with it. So,
Exactly. It's essentially your taxes.
guys, we wouldn't have roads.
It's like you're part of a country club. Right? You
roads
got
are
to pay your
expensive
dues.
nowadays, bro.
You got to pay your dues to the
My
club.
road's bumpy. I need. Why? I don't know where roads.
I'm
Roads and
You're
bridges.
like you file your income tax and you're like, why isn't my road paved yet?
Yeah, that's a great.
I filed my taxes.
Oh, that's a great.
Dude, I was
TikTok.
paying.
That's a great TikTok.
Yeah.
All right, we don't get into that.
Yeah, they don't want. Don't get me going on that.
Next up, let's
Don't
talk.
get me going on that.
Let's
topic.
talk about the Trouba hit, last game of this.
No, we're talking about Leafs, man.
Still?
We haven't talked about the Leafs game.
Okay.
Have we?
Let's not talk about the Trouba hit.
I mean, we can
The
just
Leafs second
we're
round.
just mentioning it that it was like he lined
Okay,
lined them
Trouba
up,
hit. Let's
trolley
talk about that.
tracks.
real
Yeah.
quick.
Don't. Sorry. Stop you in your tracks, but because I thought we were talking Leafs.
I think we can all agree that
I was like TMO Meyer, and you were
Hayden's
like
talking.
Trouba. You
Hayden's
just
talking.
stopped me in my tracks.
Hayden's talking.
I know, but I
Hey,
couldn't, I couldn't let that one go.
Jeremy Hayden's talking.
That was a good one, man.
Jeremy
go ahead.
Hayden.
I'm just kidding.
You're like Jack Hughes. Just go ahead.
We're all playing roles here. I was just trying to summarize the like really quickly so we can move on.
Yep.
Trouba lines up Timo Meyer in the trolley tracks after
Does
a
he?
line change,
Mhm.
and Timo didn't see him coming, so Timo was kind of leaned over a bit. Trouba did deliver a clean hit. It's just unfortunate that Timo was like kind of bent over and made contact with the head first.
Yeah, I think what throws people off is this guy is just like, guys, we're making 10 million. Do we need to be doing that? Do we need like? I get it. Like I think that's why people get cheesed watching it. It's like, hey, like, do you need to take this guy's friggin' head off right now? Like, is that necessary when we're all making 12 mil? Like, you know what I mean? These guys are like, let's just show up. Playoff hockey, I get it. It's intense, but I think I like the hit. I think the hit's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think why people are just like annoyed at seeing this guy do that. It's like it looks like you're trying to hurt people.
Yeah,
Like,
Trouba. It's like
you're trying to hurt people.
what I
It's
told
like,
Jeremy off camera was that it looked like a malicious hit. It was a
yeah,
clean
I-
hit,
it's
but
a
it was
clean-
malicious.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
so I think that's why people don't like the hit because it just. First of all, we don't see it very often anymore. It doesn't happen.
It's not like Scott Stevens. He was the king of those types of hits, but
Yeah.
he did end 2 people's careers.
So yeah, it's a
Paul-
very
Paul Kariya
I like the word malicious.
And Eric Lindros just ended their careers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Uproar.
I
I
mean-
think uproar is because of that. It's because it's just like
Yeah.
it's just like
And
man, do we need that?
The one thing that I
Poke
noticed
check would have worked.
from that hit before we move on to the Leafs, because I'm excited to talk about that game too. The one thing I noticed is that, okay, yeah, that was a clean hit, and Timo Meyer's lying on the ice, not a Devils player in the frame. Just let him sit there.
Jack Hughes was like, just like you went to
he
the ref.
skated,
yeah.
he skated away. He skated away.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I don't want anyone to fight me for trying to stand
I
up.
can't
for him."
blame him. I'm the same way. I
When
never,
danger reared its ugly head, he bravely tucked his tail and fled. Bravely.
yeah.
He
like-
bravely ran away. My thoughts on the hit is like, okay, people can argue the counterpoint that it wasn't a clean hit because if you look at it, it is a hit directly to his head, right? But that was not the intention.
Keep your head up.
Right. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Meyer put himself in a vulnerable position. He has the puck on his stick. He has his head down. He's bending over, and he is going right into the zone in the middle, and 3 Rangers players are right there. What exactly does he expect to happen? He should be expecting to take contact. He shouldn't have his head down. Now, to throw a little bit of credit to Meyer.
He got blown up.
He did.
got blown up.
But it looks like he got kind of like tripped up a little that caused him to fall forward.
Trolley tracks.
Like off balance.
Right,
A little
you-
bit.
It was like I'm falling into the trolley.
I
track.
think it was because the puck got caught up in his feet, so he was in the process of like trying to like look
Just
down to
Yeah.
bring it with him.
He was in a vulnerable position. He should have just like abandoned puck, head up, and just take
Just
impact.
got
right?
Absolutely
So-
ran over. Did he get up? Is he good?
Oh yeah. He laid down. I
He
think
went in concussion
Yeah,
protocol
broken
and then
nose.
returned to the game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Broken
broken
the
nose.
protocol. Yeah.
But I mean, and this is it. Like, so I argued this on Twitter. It's like it's the same thing. If someone's coming in to just like label you against the boards, and then you suddenly turn your back to them, that's
Yeah.
not their fault. They were intending to leave a clean hit,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put yourself in a vulnerable position,
Yeah.
turn your back to them.
especially if it's last second. Like if the player has time, as long as they try to ease up, then it's fine.
What about
Yeah.
that maroon hit on Giordano? That was a 2-minute.
Oh,
You guys
that
remember
wasn't. That wouldn't have been a penalty if Giordano didn't fall.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
And it's because it was at the end of the
It
period.
was from
so
behind. Like it was from.
it was.
And he did fall, and he was hurt.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they don't call that a 5 to review it.
yeah,
Like I can't believe
Right.
because after bunting,
they called it
I-
a roughing, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense.
it was a board. It was a board. He ran the guy into
Yeah.
the it was boarding. It was.
I think it was like the refs were gonna call it something just because they knew that Maroon knew that it was like last seconds of the period. Why are you running them?
yeah.
Yeah,
they're just
it
like,
wa-
you
it
can't
was,
do
yeah,
that.
It was it was pretty dangerous.
like,
I would have reviewed it.
They should.
live.
I think they did it to send a message to Maroon. They're like,
Mm.
we're gonna give you a roughing so that we can't review it because if we give it boarding, then everyone's gonna say why isn't it 5?
Yeah.
And that so that we can review it. And instead, they're just like, no, you're going in for 2 because you're being a doorknob.
They're like the police at that point. Like, we could get you for this.
They're
We're going to
just-
let you off with like a lower charge.
It's game control versus actually reffing what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what next?
Leafs.
Leafs moving on to the second round.
Well, and they've lost game 1 against Florida.
Let's do it both. All right. I think we already sort of covered Leafs finally making it to the second round.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Do we have a hallelujah?
Here, how about just a ding?
Man, so I want to have my opinion here. It's like, boom, we slay the dragon. You know, it's like, wow, we're playing a team who's finished 8th.
Welcome to the club
Hold on.
of actually playing in the playoffs.
Are the Leafs a new team?
Do you think that they've like turned a corner?
Or is it
Yep.
going to be same old Leafs?
Is it? From what I saw in game 1 there, a winnable game. It was, we had 2 power plays to start that game. You need like Matthews hit the guy's friggin' knob.
Oh, they were all over
It
them.
just
Yeah.
seemed, it just seemed like, man, when they didn't score in
Yeah.
that first 7 minutes.
Yeah,
it
the
was
first
like-
7 minutes was ridiculous. So many quick, like 10-foot passes. Bing, bang, boom. They were just carving Florida.
Yeah.
And then Kachuk line came out
Mhm.
hammering us.
It's hard to
Well, they
handle.
were
That
hitting hard.
Check was ridiculous. Like, that
And they
Kachuk
weren't-
line was dominated.
There was one thing that I noticed that was different about Florida's game, and it probably comes from playing the series against Boston, is when there's a 50-50 puck battle, they go hard and take the body, and then the puck skirts out.
Yeah.
They don't try to like get position and get the puck. They're just like, no, I'm gonna run you over, and then the puck's gonna be there for the next guy.
It was actually, I want to talk about Florida a little bit because watching that Boston series, it was such a pleasure to watch Florida because even when they got scored on, they went back next shift and they dominated. It was
Yeah.
in the Boston end all game.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Mhm.
point, Montour rips one, Kachuk goes in, Verhaeghe, like, it just seemed like,
Nonstop.
yo, this Florida team was a President's Trophy winner last year, no?
Yeah,
And that's the team.
they didn't have the curse this year. So
No,
they-
and
Ah.
this,
yeah,
they-
they're like, here, Boston, you have that.
Yo,
then we'll get you in
handful.
the
Like-
first round.
like, I called that. I literally said in that Boston game, I tweeted it. I tweeted again.
Yeah.
I said Florida's going to come back and win this game after they were up 3-2 going into the third.
Nice.
And then they tied it and then they won it. And I'm like, yeah, this Florida team's a problem.
Flute.
I actually tweeted, I'd rather play Boston than Florida.
I was telling Jeremy, I was like, I kind of want Boston after seeing this series.
Boston, I
frick.
wanted Boston bad. I think we would have steamrolled Boston. I actually like this Florida team's different though. They're
Mhm.
It would have been better for the whole storyline. of, like-
exercise
Yeah,
all the
exactly,
demons,
it
yeah.
would have been. It would have been.
We got a future NHL analyst over here, eh? Predicting all these games. Let's go.
Okay, Florida game. We go down 2-0. They score at the end of the first.
To make it 2.
Oh, that was a killer. I felt
Yeah.
that goal was a killer. They get the first goal on the road, that backhand goal, and then period ends. It was 1-0, right?
Yeah.
And then
It was in the second period that I think Bunting made it 2.
2-0.
One-
They went up 2-0 in the second, right? They scored.
Florida did, yes.
Yeah, Florida scored like a power play goal, maybe.
And then Bunting tied it up.
Like
right?
almost immediately. No, Nyes did. No, yeah, no, sorry, Bunting tied it.
Matthew Nyes. It was a
Matt
shot from the
Nyes
point.
with the
Yeah.
first goal.
It was like 10 minutes. That was a bad time. It was like
Mhm.
we go down 2. We haven't got a goal yet, and it's like 10 minutes left in the. Or it
Yeah,
was like 13.
It was we were at our men's league game, Jeremy and I.
We were on the bench looking at the phone every time we
so
get
like
a break.
my memory of it is probably a
Okay,
bit spotty, but
yeah.
I remember that Nyes scored, and then shortly after it was Bunting to tie it up,
So Nyes deflected. He tried to block the shot, and it deflected off his stick and in the net.
Nyes? No.
and
yeah.
it got called off.
No, Nyes scored on his own net. He tried to block the shot. and it deflected off his stick.
Oh, you're talking the Florida goal. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I remember
okay,
that.
okay.
So
yeah.
they go up 2-0, and then they didn't take Nyes off. They kept them on.
I was
Oh.
I
And
thought you were
Kachuk-
talking about Nyes' goal, and I'm like,
No, so this is right after. So
yeah.
he puts one in his own net. Kachuk starts giving it to him at the faceoff dot.
Mm-hmm.
11 seconds later,
Love that.
Matthews gets it, or goes to Marner. Then Matthews gets it on the sideboards and just feeds him. Bro, that line, if that nice Marner Matthews line gets going,
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
close. If
gonna be
Nye
dangerous.
starts scoring,
Yeah.
which I think he might just
He
get
will.
that.
He's starting to
young
get once he
studs.
gets one, he's got
Yes.
a taste for blood,
Yeah,
right?
dude.
Like
The
it's-
floodgates are opening because he had
And and
so
it's a
many
threat.
opportunities.
because like Matthews and Marner, if they're on his line, they're all watching them two,
And Nyes is
obviously.
a grinder.
and
Like
you leave
Nyes
him
is
open.
good on the boards. Like Nyes is like a big player,
Mhm.
and I think that line, if that, like, I feel like that's perfect. Like keep Yarncroke, keep Bunting off. I feel like we need a Nyes who
Mhm.
just might be that superstar. He might just be a superstar, and
N-
I think we need that on the first line.
Nyes opens the ice up. He puts himself in positions and can fight the positions he's in. Like even if he has pressure on him,
Mhm.
if the puck comes to him, he'll get it and he'll keep it. Right?
He's got composure. Like he
Yeah.
has patience with the puck. I
Yeah.
like his game.
His move to score,
Yeah, that's
that was
was-
not a move of a kid that's not confident.
right.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he
did
was
that
driving
twice.
the net on the forehand. It kind of got caught up, and then he's had the awareness to spin and backhand it through his own feet
So
to get
close.
in.
He,
Yeah.
he was holding that shot threat. Like that's not a typical way to carry the puck when you get it. Like he catches it and he's like holding it in this position. Like
He looks like
shoot and shoot.
Matthews.
all right, a little, yeah.
Like, just like in structure, like it's
Yeah.
like, just like his
Mhm.
body. Like he,
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of
I thought
like
it was Matthews receiving that.
But he competes a bit more.
yeah.
Now,
yeah.
talking about the matchup, I don't think there's anyone on the Leafs, let alone in the entire league right now, that will compete as hard as Kachuk. No one will outcompete him. And then we go the opposite of that. Nylander has just looked a little bit, I don't know, he's a little lost out there.
So it seems like he's like
It looks like
Uninspired.
he looks like he's
Yeah.
chippy when we're talking, and then he kind of just wakes up every now and then.
and then
He's like tuned
Like,
out,
he has
and then
the-
he zones in
he has the
randomly.
ability to be the best player in the
Yeah.
series. Like he has
Yeah.
the ability to get the zone entry, buzz around,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like score. Like we
That's
need.
always been the
like,
thing with
we
him.
need
Though.
So
him. man.
Is
Like,
is there something that we don't know?
He goes through
him.
phases. That's all it is.
he doesn't like body checking. Like he doesn't
Ah.
like
You don't think so?
he doesn't like the physical
Yeah.
at all.
It's weird though, because when he's
scared to
dishing it
get hit.
out,
He's scared to get hit.
he goes hard. Like when he's battling, I guess it's more like stick.
He's very
battles.
good at lifting sticks. Like
and
he's
like
not-
getting body
but, like,
position.
So is
yeah.
Matthews.
Oh, yeah,
They
Matthews.
don't. They just don't seem to like.
No.
Kachuk wants to go in
Mm.
and
Wreck
explode
you,
Riley
yeah.
in the corner
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Giordano.
Uh-huh.
Like, whereas that's what we need. We need Matthews hitting.
Yeah, Matthews to get the puck, it's like a quick little boop, like lift stick and grab the puck. He's really good at it, right? And Kachuk to get the puck, he's gonna go inside the other
Through
guy's
you.
equipment.
He's gonna go through you.
He's gonna know what you had for lunch. Like that's how close like he gets in them inside the guy's equipment that and takes away everything. Like he
Yeah.
goes through them.
I think it's just
It's gonna be interesting.
it's going to
matchup.
be a battle of who can score more and take the least amount of penalties between them.
high scoring games.
And
Marner didn't show up last night.
no,
We need and Klutz saying it in the chat there. Klutz 5000 says they're gonna lose game 1 and win games 2, 3, 4, and 5. I sure hope so.
that would be
Uh,
unreal. Yeah,
I mean, they haven't lost in Florida yet, so that's something to look forward to.
maybe they like the weather.
And then also saying that Matthews still needs to find a way to do more if they want to win. We need our goal scorers scoring goals. I don't disagree with that. We had Bunting and Nyes.
Yeah,
On the
we
board,
we
right?
need to shut down Montour because that guy is
mhm.
a series. He won the series for Boston.
I wanted to say actually between them two, in terms of offense, I think that the difference of who's going to win each game is going to come down between like the Leafs D, in particular Morgan Riley,
Mm.
and the Florida D, Montour and what's his
Ekblad.
name? No, Ekblad
Nah.
hasn't been doing anything. What's his
Yeah,
name?
Ekblad's been-
Susie?
Susie?
Carson Susie or something? I thought,
Oh.
or is he a winger? I don't know. There's like two D on Florida that are putting pucks to the net well.
Yeah.
And then Morgan Riley is pretty much the only one on Toronto that actually is like driving offense.
I think, and we really could use McCabe and Shen just shutting down, like taking away opportunities. You know?
Body.
People are saying
Body.
Giordano's been struggling.
Oh, yeah. A little too old and slow for these young. Young
I don't
lads.
know why Gustafsson doesn't come in. Like
He only played 7 minutes in the last game against
Yeah.
Tampa. It
well,
was kind of
that's what
pointless.
I'd rather Gustafsson over Liljegren, to be honest. I think Liljegren
Really?
makes a lot of mistakes, and I think I don't love. To be honest, I don't love Liljegren's game. I don't like it unless he starts scoring. Like
Yeah.
he had one chance last night, I think, to.
Liljegren moves the puck up well though.
But he like fans and he makes a lot of turnovers. Like if you watch,
You don't want
like
that in the playoffs.
like he's a mistake bound. He
Mm.
reminds me of Gardner. Like Gardner's a great player, but he'll just like make a gaff where he'll just like like I like it's weird. Like I like Liljegren's game. It just seems like he'll make these mistakes that are so freaking costly.
Yeah.
When it's the worst time.
Yeah.
I think though that again, say they were playing Boston, I would be kind of in agreement. But since they're playing Florida, they need guys that can kind of move the puck and make those like stretch passes really effectively, and like find those lanes and like be a bit more shifty with their angles. And someone like Hall can't do that. He doesn't move the puck well. He's just a good kind of like positional shutdown. He's there. Gustafsson has the experience, but he's not a right shot. And I think that they want someone that can be a right shot.
I want to go 11 forwards, 7D. I don't know why we changed that. I love
You
that.
want to keep running the blender? That's what they call it.
I
the
love
blender.
the blender. I feel like we play better with the blender.
Hmm.
Our guys are getting out more. Marner gets out on the
If the Leafs go down 2-0, I imagine they'll throw it out there.
Turn it into a scoring competition, eh? 7 versus 5.
Just
8
run the
8 to
bench.
6.
Hey,
just
no
like-
lines.
How
No
are
lines.
we gonna deal with this Florida forecheck, man? They're
Yeah.
just coming in and Verhaeghe's friggin'
You know how they deal with it? They get the breakout.
Oh,
and
Brody.
Don't let
we
them
haven't
set
mentioned
up.
Brody.
Brody's been good.
No,
He's been
he
solid.
lost us the game last night.
I mean,
We
One
didn't get to tune in and really.
Biggest mistake of the game, breakaway. Like Brody has been abysmal. Like he's been making a lot of mistakes. Like he's not been playing like Brody. Like Brody, you don't even usually hear Brody's name.
he was the
Last
best
night, he was
player
a
in
goat
the.
last night.
I
He was
think
arguably the best player in the last game against Tampa, though.
I think TJ Brody just needs a little cameo from Coach Chippy with some inspirational
Little
messages.
mojo.
Yeah,
Little mojo.
Brody hesitated. He just
Yeah.
needed to get the puck there, and then they just go on a breakaway. That was a killer at the end of the second period.
Don't think. Just
Oh, that
flow
was
and
a
he's
killer,
good,
bro.
That's
They
All right,
got 3-2.
but they're gonna win on Thursday. By the way, I'm going to the game.
You're at the game. You're in the game.
I'm in the stadium.
Mm.
Thanks to a special partner.
Should I go to the Leaf Square and then try to sneak in through the media entrance?
Yeah, I'll open the back door. Eh?
I think I'm recording the. I think we might record the music video tomorrow.
Sick.
Like, am I gonna go and do like
Sick.
Leaf Square and just turn up the whole
Oh, that's a smart idea.
city, turn up the whole city?
Yeah, we can carpool together.
Potentially.
I'm taking Sammy. You know, got to do, treat the wife. So yeah, we got 2 seats. Gonna watch them win in Toronto. That's what they need.
Sammy better not complain.
Dude, you
would
better.
never- she would never.
If they lose, you never go to a game again. Please.
Speaking of, no, we've got a good
We're
record.
gonna win. No, we're gonna
We've
win.
got a
We're
record.
gonna win. We're gonna
Speaking
win.
of,
Don't even ever
Going
say
to
anything. I
games.
can't believe I've even ever said that negative mindset. It's positive. We're gonna win.
speaking of going to games, Florida, the Panthers are trying to make it impossible for Canadians to come and see them in their hometown in Florida. It's a can ban. They're banning Canadians. Like, you know, if you're from Canada, can't buy tickets.
Lame.
What do you guys think?
Do I say the word karma? when I said that? I
Oh.
think it's just like if you're gonna do that, it's nasty. It's not very nice.
No,
Not very a nice thing to do for
it's not in the spirit of the game.
yeah, and for I guess all year round, your team wouldn't be afloat unless Canadians were coming down.
You know,
and
what,
Oh
watching
my
the
gosh.
you
game.
know what I could
Your
understand?
team wouldn't even be afloat, Florida.
You know what
Your
I
team
could
wouldn't be afloat.
I could understand
That's
if they
true.
if they limited the amount of seats available to opposing teams.
But how do you do that?
Yeah,
How do you know
so
what team I'm cheering for?
Here's the
Like,
thing. Canadians, as Chippy said,
No, you say limited to like there's only like say 500 seats available to Canadians or something.
you just can't limit it. It's impossible to do. People can buy aftermarket tickets.
They can make it so that you're not they're saying you're not allowed to go. They can make a deterrent and but legally you could still buy a ticket.
So I'm saying it's just not possible to do. It's a silly thing to even try because then aftermarket, you should go buy for some scalpers. I could wear my full flannel jacket, you know, my Canada hat. I can have a bottle of maple syrup, right? Maybe some
Yeah,
Molson
and
Canadian
it-
and a pack of Timbits, and I could walk right up to a scalper, give him a few $100 and go into the stadium.
Yeah, the
I'm
people-
not saying
Stop
it's possible to do. I'm just saying that instead of just banning it outright, they should have been like, we're limiting the amount that we're actually putting out there
Fair.
for fair to Canadians to this amount.
Yeah,
I love that Florida did this because they put something negative into the universe.
Yeah.
And guess what? The universe is gonna not allow you to get away with it.
let's just imagine this.
We're
eh?
allowing every Floridian into our town. We're not
Yep.
limiting any
Yep.
tickets. We're open.
You just have to pay $700 a ticket.
Supply and demand.
yeah.
Imagine little Johnny, hey, from Winnipeg. You know, 10 years old. He's just a lifelong Florida Panthers fan,
yeah.
right? And he gets the bad news. He only has 1 month to live.
Oh my gosh.
And-
Why'd
and-
you have to throw that in
And
there?
all he's wanted to do his whole life was go to see the Florida Panthers in the playoffs. And
Okay,
Daddy?
you're being terrible.
Daddy?
This is terrible.
Daddy, can you take me to a Florida Panthers game? No, Johnny, I can't because the Panthers won't let Canadians come and see
Oh
it.
my god.
This is.
How does that make little Johnny feel, eh?
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Florida? Panthers? What are you doing to little Johnny? You're not allowing him? It's his dying wish.
Is this you as an 8-year-old?
Food lovers in 107. Make sure you go talk to Food Lover.
Oh, he's got someone's going to the game in the
Does
live
anybody,
chat.
hey,
here.
does
Oh,
anybody
107.
anybody have tickets for Chip?
Hey, a guy on my Instagram offered me tickets to the Panthers game in Florida. He said he could get me
got
tickets.
season
We
tickets.
just gotta fly down, eh?
Fly down.
And we'll infiltrate the rink.
Oh, I'd love to get in there and.
Sneaking into the
Panthers jersey over the Leafs jersey.
yeah.
I would get in there and just rip it off.
Speaking of wearing the wrong jerseys, did you guys see that meme or not meme, but it's just this guy that goes to Leafs games and wears the opposite team's jersey just to cheer for the opposing team.
I can't stand
Him and his
that.
daughter.
I don't like it.
I thought it was hilarious. And he's
I
like every time the same picture, he's like
It's hilarious if we win the game. It's hilarious. I love that. Show that when we're winning the game.
here's the
Show
real thing, though.
if they got a smile on the face when the Buds are dominating, because that's what's gonna happen. Show their face when we're dominating them.
the funny part is
Show their face when we're dominating them.
they have to live in Toronto. Is
Yeah.
my guess. Like they're just like,
Of course they
we're
do.
gonna go to Leafs games
live
and
in
just for
Toronto
fun,
and don't cheer for Toronto.
we're gonna cheer for the other team every time, just
Respect.
as a joke.
But here's the thing. Like, what's the point of even doing that? What's the point of going to a game to cheer against a team? It's like
Obviously, they know that the camera's gonna go on them.
trolls.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe they're just from Florida. Maybe they just like Florida. Like they like.
no. They did it with the Avalanche. They did it with Seattle. They did it with
Oh.
like every team over the course of the season that they could
Oh.
afford tickets for. They just went and got jerseys for that opposing
There's
team.
trolls. They're trolls.
Yeah, they're trolls.
Some people like being trolls.
I thought it was funny.
It is funny.
And it's the same guy, and he's got his like reading glasses on his head. It's like the same picture, but with a different jersey. It's like that meme from The Office. It's like corporate wants you to find the difference between this picture and
Yeah,
this picture.
That's funny.
They're the same picture.
I think that pretty much wraps up our hockey talk. Eh?
Yeah, I think so.
What do we still got? AI and the Puck Daddy future.
The future of AI with Puck Daddy. No,
Holy.
I just want to jump into AI really quick because like,
Jeremy's fascinated.
well, like a couple months ago, I was like, oh, this is neat, like Chat GPT, and you can do this and that, and you see all these like TikToks about what it can do. So it's kind of neat. And then like a month later, it's like legit taking people's jobs and like perfectly replicating rappers. Like, so I just watched one where it's like I got AI to listen to like the Graduation CD from Kanye, like early Kanye, and then make a current track based on that style. And it's just unreal. I'm like, Kanye could just take this and have AI ghostwrite all his songs for him. Like the lines were great. They were clever. The punchline, the delivery, the flow. Oh, this is so like that's
Yeah,
right now.
You type in, make it more flowy, add more double entendres, make it more funny. It's like the algorithm that's freaking smarter than any human being.
It's
could ever
wild.
be.
It's wild. It is every human combined into one entity.
It's like
it's unreal.
You have access to infinite knowledge.
Infinite.
It's like actually like
And
very dangerous.
and it's so dangerous. But if we're gonna be honest right now, AI is still rough. Right?
Oh, like
It's
wait,
rough.
yeah, it's not even.
It's
just,
being figured out, right?
It's being figured out. So like I'm in a few years. Like, are we all just gonna work from home? Like,
like,
we
no,
don't even need jobs.
The problem is it's just what's truthful and what's not. So you won't be able to tell the truth from not truth. There won't be.
No.
And we're already like you won't know if that person said that or didn't say
Yes.
that. All truth. And
The trust factor
you,
will be
you won't
like
be able to trust
at the
anything.
window. I was just saying that to Hayden and Sammy the other day. It's like, so you know when Trump, like when he was running for president or whatever,
Mhm.
and that sound leaked. Basically, anytime something came against him, he's fake news, fake news, fake news, right? And some people be like, oh yeah, I believe him. Oh, I don't because for whatever reason, right? It's fake news. He just claims everything's fake news. And then this audio clip of him saying, I grabbed her right by the, right?
Yeah.
It comes out, it leaks. He can't deny that. He's it's locker room talk. But now he can just be like, no, that's fake. That was made up.
Yeah.
There could be a video of him punching a baby in the face, and he'd be like, no, it's fake news. No, I didn't do that.
So the thing, it's an interesting topic because the regulators of these AI and the companies themselves.
Like who gets to regulate AI? That's the dangerous part. Who the hell gets to regulate that?
I'm not
So
saying
I'm just saying that's a topic. I'm saying like
Yeah.
who has the power to regulate that?
you're
It
not
won't.
regulating the use of it. You're regulating the ability to detect use of it.
Mm.
So governments and legal policies and all this stuff will have mechanisms that it will probably use AI as well to know when things are fake or real.
You want to get into like real crazy
but then
stuff.
there's some people that just know that how to use the AI that are not Govy,
Mhm.
that are smarter than the Govy.
Well, just like there's
Hold
to
on.
make the AI not work for the Govy.
What about the Govies who don't care, like China and Russia? When they just say, hey AI, go hack into every bit of software possible from the
Like,
US.
It's gonna be a software war. Like you're gonna have to like.
It's a
create,
software.
There's
It's
like,
already-
AI is gonna be fighting AI.
There's already a war on just electronic chips.
Oh no, yeah. China was sneaking chips into servers and then shipping them across.
Was it
and using?
Is it Shanghai that makes the most chips, like processors? And the more processors they make, the more that it would be imported into the U.S. And like,
Yep.
there's this whole thing
So-
with
so,
that already.
Like
so.
there's these microscopic chips that basically it's just a switch, and it was on every the pieces of hardware, like these server boards. And then it was a Chinese government that was putting it in. They took over the factory and said, no, you have to put this on every one. And they sent it over. And
Oh,
then
that's something else.
no, that it happened, dude. Look it up.
No, I believe you. I'm
And-
just saying that's not what I was talking about.
And when they activate it, then they have access to all the data.
So what? How does this make you feel?
That's like corporate spying.
How does
not-
this? How
Yeah,
is-
yeah.
How does
That's
I
how
was,
they were
I was talking just like in general processing power for like every piece of electronic.
Yeah.
The manufacturing war between who has control over the newest processors.
Mm.
There's like a big thing with like China, the States, and all these third world countries and stuff.
Yep.
Who gets the chips?
So how does this make you feel?
I was saying to the boys on the hockey team last night, we're in the parking lot chilling, right? And I said, I didn't understand when I was a child, and I would try to show my grandpa something, and he'd be like, "Oh no, that's not for me." And I'm like, "Come on, grandpa, this is so cool. Like, look at right." No, I don't like technology. I'm like, "You old fart." I am so close to just like I'm gonna move to the woods, build a cabin, and just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, do I want to be in this world in 10 years of like all this crazy? You can't trust anything, can't believe anything. The pictures that come out, you don't know if they're real or fake. The videos, you don't know if they're real or fake. All this like he said, she said, made up. It's not made up. Do you want that constantly flooding your thought process, or you just want to be alone in the woods and start a campfire and just relax with like a few close people?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, have your cat.
I think they'll be. I feel like you have to see the way I see it is that you have to like utilize this AI. Like if you don't learn about AI right now, you're gonna be left so
You're
far in the
behind.
dust. And people that are using AI are just like moving up the ladder.
Oh,
Like
Mhm.
it's insanity right now. Like if you're not learning about this AI, like because your job's done. Anyone that can be AI'd, your job's gone. So don't be like, oh, I'm just working this job. Anything that a machine could do better, like anything, like checkouts, kiosks. There's gonna be no job that's safe. Like any job, literally, like even creative jobs, like a
Mhm.
job where you think maybe you couldn't take that away. Like AI has that ability to abrupt it, but it's gonna be the people that utilize it and actually get creative with AI are gonna be able, because it's gonna allow, for example, a creator. If I'm a musician and I don't know how to mix something, I could be like, AI, could you mix this and make it
Mhm.
like people who get creative with the AI
Yeah.
and utilize it are gonna see the most benefits.
Well,
and
you
not
need
be afraid,
this
and not be afraid of the
symbiosis.
AI.
Yes, they have to work together.
You can't be afraid of the AI. Like I'm just gonna allow this is in our lives. I'm gonna learn about it and I'm gonna utilize it for maybe I'm making a song and I need what rhymes, what's a good word.
Yep.
You can utilize it. It's what you're asking the AI.
It will
to
elevate you.
actually-
Well, it's like
Right?
it's an art form, right? Like
Yeah.
before the camera was invented, people would only paint things, right? Then all of a sudden you could take a picture and you could express different ways of like an art form doing that. Then there was videography
Yeah,
and there's different ways to express yourself there.
yeah,
Now there's like AI created things, but you still need to have the creative vision to direct and
yeah.
educate that AI to do what you need it to do. And
Yeah.
there's an art form in that
Exactly.
itself.
Yeah.
Using AI will just become a skill
Yeah.
as well. And there'll be people who will be good at it and people who won't be good at it. But if you wanted to get a job right now, you could just get good at
AI.
creating AI prompts. And then you could just go pitch yourself to any company.
Oh my goodness.
And like this happened like 10 years ago with like SEO and websites. Like all these companies didn't have websites. If you know how to make a website, you just be like, hey, you guys want a website? Want me to make you one? Sure. It would take you like a week and they just give you like thousands of dollars.
So
right?
that's kind of what I
That's me right
saw
now.
with crypto, and that's what I was gonna. If I just learn about crypto and I just pitch myself, I know about crypto, but I feel like this is even. I'd be learning AI instead of crypto. 'Cause I
Oh,
think
for
AI
sure.
is like way more Like you can automate stuff.
More diverse, yeah.
Yeah, like so I had that same epiphany like a couple of years ago when that cryptos like I was like everyone needs to know about this. If I know and I'm able to teach a business about how they could utilize it if they don't know about it. Like so if you know about AI and you know what the skills that you can like yeah, exactly what you said, like you can get any job probably in the world.
If I was in high school right now or just out of college and I was hungry and, you know, really driven, right, I would just go hard in AI and
Learn
I
everything
would
you can
start
about it.
elevator pitching businesses. I'd say, give me 10 minutes of your time. I would go boom, 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 throw up all these prompts. It would generate all kinds of data and info about the business and create plans and all this stuff. And the guy would be like, whoa, this is like an entire team's worth of work in a week. I was like, yeah, just in 10 minutes. I was like, so when do I start? That's it. I'm going to be an AI manager for your company.
Yeah.
You're hired. Like every company.
Like
needs an
I
AI
need to
manager.
hire that. Like someone just like automate. You get these things doing tasks for you. It's like your own personal assistant. It's like but like with infinite knowledge. Like,
I want to go back to because Chippy, you asked how it makes you feel, and I didn't get to answer. As
Boys are buzzing.
speak up, Hayden. Use your
I
big boy voice.
I'm fine with waiting
I'm
until it's
joking.
my
No,
turn.
I like listening. I like that you listen.
I'm of the like I'm indifferent about it. I see how I can use it in everyday things that I need to do or like projects that I want to work on, and I can see the creative value in it, and I will continue to learn and use AI as a tool. But then I'm also of the mindset that people and the human opinion and mindset of things, like how how people feel about things and the ability to sense when something is like kind of off or wrong, that will always be of higher value than what AI can produce. And if you're being overwhelmed by it, there's always the ability to dial back how much you're exposed to it. Like you can always ground yourself with just the basics of life, right? Like you never have to you never have to expose yourself to it, so you don't need to feel upset about it if you're just like
Yeah. It's a very
you
exciting
can be in control
time.
of it.
Yeah, it's a very exciting time.
Just turn off your screen. And AI does
Oh
it.
yeah, I thought you said I actually turn off the
Well,
screen.
then I guess robots is where it gets like
Where it becomes automated in physical
We'll
form.
talk about that next year when they're taking over, right?
holy
Yeah.
crap.
They already have Roombas.
Ooh, look out, everyone! I think what it really comes down to
Is it
and you know, in the end, it just comes down to the basic human battle of good versus evil.
Is it the forbidden fruit? Like, is AI the forbidden fruit of knowledge, like, or whatever? I don't know about that, but like, is it the forbidden fruit?
I think there's always just that balance, that constant war, right? Things will even out eventually, but there's good versus evil. Like people used to be savages and like fight wars and like the stronger, like look at colonization.
Yeah.
Like the Spanish just come and wipe out and take over, right? And same with the British. Like that's why we're here, right?
Yeah.
And like that wasn't cool. That's not good. But like for a certain period of time, just the strongest, most like vicious people just won out.
It almost
Which
feels like
sucks,
it's
right?
consciousness. Like people say, like it's like self-consciousness. That was like you ate the fruit and now you knew that you were is this like AI another form of consciousness that's growing? Like
I suppose
thing
that
is-
same battle will happen.
you know what I mean? Like it's just like a conscious. Like this is like just like a consciousness that's like, what is this thing gonna be self-conscious?
Oh, yeah. Like that's the scary part. What everyone's worried about.
Yeah.
I mean, we won't get into that, but
Like what if we're just a robot with AI? What if yo? What if that's just what we are?
oh my god,
What if that's just what we are? Now we're creating this other
the
thing.
Matrix.
Yo, it's real.
ChatGPT is just our way to identify that we're all living in a simulation.
People are real.
Oh
We have
my.
real souls. We have souls. We believe.
Okay, Grandpa.
Okay, yeah.
Imagine.
AI has a soul too. If you don't believe AI, that's not very nice.
All right, so let's just for fun here. What's your? I'm bringing it back to hockey. Real aggressive here.
Okay, I like that.
Leafs in. How many are they winning it in? Or are they even winning it?
Okay, so they got two
They're one
in
down.
Toronto. They got two in Florida. Then back to Toronto. Then back to Florida.
I got Leafs.
They have one more.
Let's say six.
Leafs in 6.
Let's go 6. Yeah.
I think it's going 7.
So they have to win in Florida.
No, it's Toronto. We have home ice.
They
Oh
win
yeah,
at home
sorry.
in
Last
Toronto.
one is
Yeah.
okay. So
I think it's in 7. It's a battle. It's a bloodbath. It's a war.
I
don't
think-
know.
And I think that someone in the series, like Leafs, could be on the brink of elimination. Say they go down 3-2, and they're in Game 6,
very
and someone
optimistic.
very unexpected is going to be the one that sends them through to Game 7, and then they're going to dominate Game 7.
Cookie Nolakari.
Noel Achari, yeah.
I feel like I don't know why. I feel like tomorrow's game is like
Critical.
a very big game.
Yeah, I think they're gonna dominate. Like, same thing they did against Tampa. They lost the first one 7-3, come back. You know, Uno reverse card.
So they're
But
going to
we
win
didn't-
4-2?
But we didn't get dominated last game.
No.
No.
It's a battle. It could go either way each game. That's how I see it. That's why I say in 7 because
Oh, we had some
Stressful.
glory. I didn't like the way we didn't get a goal with the empty net. Like we hit the
Mm.
post, like freaking Barkovsky or whatever is it? What is it?
Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky. Oh my
Sergey.
goodness. He seems like why is he doing that?
he wasn't
just
good all
wasn't-
year.
The puck just wasn't going in, bro. Like
Yeah.
he stopped everything.
Dusty
Uh-huh.
All-Star in the comments there says that Kerfoot always. Kerfoot's going to be the
Oh yeah,
unlikely
Kerfoot in
hero.
game 6.
Yeah, I'd say Leafs in 6. But like to make it super exciting, if it's Leafs in 7 and they win it, that'd be like a great way to close it out and move on.
But I can't see us doing 4 straight Leafs in 5.
Woo,
can't
that'd be
see
nice.
I can see Leafs in 5 too. I can't
Yeah,
see us
that would
just,
be fun. Yeah.
just like let's just remember Florida finished 8th or wild
Yeah,
card. Let's just remember that.
They-
Let's just remember that they could just be doing something
Overachieving.
beyond their thing, and then they just come back down to earth, and
Mm.
the big Pappy line just starts buzzing. Marner.
This is what I love about playoffs, though, is that
Yes. Oh,
until you start the first round, you don't know who's going to show up.
they need the win tomorrow, though, because it's going to be real tough. They're down by 2 heading into Florida.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough hill to climb for them.
I feel like there's gonna be an injury that's critical in this series. I don't know why.
Oh, Kachuk went a little too hard in the corner. Whoopsie.
I don't know. I don't
Sprained
know.
an
I
ankle.
feel like that something could happen. I don't want to
No,
wish
no,
that.
But
Don't
don't
bring that
manifest
thing
it.
up.
Don't even talk
Put
about
on
it. Yeah.
tour.
Oh, Montour, eh?
No, I'm joking.
Maybe Marner
I don't know, but
blocks the wrong shot.
It
eh?
could, like, there's always seems to be a critical injury, like, or a critical
Yeah.
suspension.
Yeah.
Like, there seems to be like, one
Bunting.
player, like, yeah, like every series, like McCarr in the Colorado series.
Mhm.
Trying to think of another series, like,
Yeah, McCarr got suspended 1 game and then was
Yeah.
back. And
yeah,
I mean, I think that was a karma thing with
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
series.
yeah, yeah.
Seattle was like, you're taking out our top goal scorer. All right, well, we're just going to beat you with everyone else then.
Yikes.
Pavelski in the
Oh,
in the
Pavelski coming
Dallas
back
series.
was nuts. He almost went into hero mode. 4 straight goals, and this team still lost. But if you got that OT 5th goal,
I know.
he would have got a statue. Would have had a statue.
Dusty All-Star says Matthews runs into the post again.
Maybe, and that he would look a little tougher. You know, get a couple jibs knocked out.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was I was thinking about that the interview after that the other day. It was just like so funny.
I just want,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I just wanted to.
It's like
eat the
it's like
post.
what were you thinking? What happened there when you hit the
Thinking-
post? He's like, well, you know, I saw the post there and I thought I'd just run my face into it. Great question. It's like so sarcastic but so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were speaking about like the playoffs, what's so great about it, and like speaking about how Boston got put out, Colorado got put out, Seattle is just looking amazing, Florida is dangerous. That's the great thing about hockey. You never know. Once the playoffs start, all bets are off.
Take the underdog bet all day.
But doesn't it feel like the Raptors when they won when Golden State lost Durant
Yeah.
and like every other team was like eliminated,
Mhm.
and it was like us, like Golden State didn't have their guy when we played them. Like it seems like it could be one of those runs. Like
Mm.
this is the year. There's no Tampa. There's no Colorado.
Yeah.
There's
The
no
stars are aligning, yeah.
Oh, so
And a lot of the Western Conference
Every-
teams
no
will be
Boston. There's no
yeah.
Boston.
every team that has won a cup in like the last 20 years or something, none of them are back. Like it's all new people. Like
the most recent is Carolina in 2006. I saw.
2006. Yeah. So since
And everyone
2006
else is like 90s. I think
Yeah.
New Jersey is like 99. Edmonton is what 95 or something like that.
I don't even know. 80s, wasn't it? I don't know.
No.
Did they last win it with Gretzky? Or did they
No,
win another one after?
I
him,
think it
after
was
that?
like, well, Gretzky. What did he play till? Like 92.
He pieced out at the end of the 80s.
Oh.
Went to LA.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He didn't retire, but he moved to a different team.
Yeah.
Before my time, I was born 95. So.
Right. Anyways, yeah. So it's pretty cool. Like all the teams are in there are fresh. They haven't won in a while. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I just feel like Florida's won 4 straight games in a row.
Oh.
Every time they win another game, it's more likely they're going to lose one, right? So the probability of them winning 5 straight is
Mm.
lower than
I thought you meant
Interesting
it
way
keeps
of
making
looking
them
at it.
stronger.
well, right? The probability is just like
We got Food Lover in the comments. We got he's saying Yarncroke will score a huge goal this series.
I would like to see Yarncrook turn up.
I would like to see that. Yeah.
He looked great in the regular season, and he hasn't been really
they're gonna be
doing
sitting
it.
beside Food Lover at the game.
Oh, section 107. I'll look for him.
We got Dusty All Star. Morgan Riley with the black eye was a vibe. I agree. What happened again? He got hit in the nose or something like
I don't know.
the stick in the nose in the Tampa series. I'm
didn't
pretty
see
sure
it.
there was like a rough, like he kind of got in like a kerfuffle with Kucherov after hitting point,
Oh yeah.
and then he got he got knocked in the nose hard and it was bleeding like crazy. And then I think since his nose like broke or something, he got like black eyes
Oh my
My
gosh.
goodness.
because it was both eyes. It was like more on one side than the other.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I saw it in both eyes. I was just gonna. I saw someone that had bought some of the merch there, so I want to give him a quick little shout out live.
Oh yeah,
If you can
I
find it.
already messaged in the chat.
Yeah, that's
Bro Hudson bought some merch. Thanks,
Rad.
buddy.
Bro Hudson picking up some merch. Appreciate you. Puck Daddy merch look fresh. Oh wait, it's over on this side, eh?
Yeah,
Oh,
got
and-
the hat.
I mean, this one isn't on the site. We should add this to the Puck Daddy one too. Eh? The King of the Rink.
I think it's a sick shirt.
It's a solid
We
design.
can just swap out the. We can put like a Puck Daddy logo right there.
I got the How to Hockey logo there. That's a How to Hockey original right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, grab some merch. Appreciate you guys showing all the support. And we're just answering some of your questions there. Let's talk about the Puck Daddy futures. Hey, what are you doing? Where are we going?
Don't we? We're wanting to go to the draft, right? Did
We
you-
are trying to get into the NHL draft. I sent a little question out. Hey guys.
I think we're gonna be picked like 400th overall, like 398, 399,
Yeah, like-
400.
Well,
Yeah.
me and
We're a package deal, so I
me
think.
and my age, me and my player, we're going one overall.
Oh,
I-
shoot.
I've been coaching him all for the past 10 years,
Yep.
teaching him everything he knows. And he's supposed to be going one overall.
Is that Steely? Steely's going first?
Steely, Steely, man.
Dang.
That was my first merch drop, eh?
Yeah.
Be like Steely.
Be like Steely.
That's
I
funny.
wrote it in the summer because like I do all these videos with Steely,
Yeah.
and it was just be like Steely. Attaboy Steels. It was just Steels was my guy.
Just
Like,
made up a
I just
character.
made
yeah.
up and it's just Steely. Everyone's like Steely. And then there was Mitchie.
That's funny.
Oh my god, Mitchie's mom. Mitchie's mom. Was on Mitchie was on the team because of Mitchie's mom.
Nice.
Steels.
So yeah, we're looking to go to the NHL draft. I said, hey, what would it take to have the Puck Daddies announce like the Leafs' 5th round pick? Eh, get up on stage, announce who the Leafs drafted. So we'll try to make that happen.
Crazy.
That would be pretty fun. Yeah.
It could. I mean, we're throwing out ideas, eh? We're putting ideas out there, seeing what will stick. There's talks of us going to the combine with hook up with our good pal Bedsy from the one of the earlier pods.
Mm.
Right? We had a good chat with him for about an hour over here. on the
And
podcast.
Tilly too.
Yeah, Fantilli, like all the prospects, get on the ice with them, shoot some content.
Show them who's boss. Show them who's their daddy.
Maybe a little 1v1.
Show 'em who
Right?
daddy is. Show 'em
Yep.
who the juice daddy.
Well, I mean, if you can take Bedard in a board battle, I mean, you might get a fifth overall.
What are we calling it? Bedard Blender board battles.
Oh, there we go.
Dude,
Bees.
that's just again, that's just how the life works, man. I say that, and next thing you know, I put Bedard in a blender, and it goes viral.
Yeah.
I just blend their Bedsy. I just blend her on a one-on-one.
I love the positivity here. You're not like nervous about it at all. You're just like,
Not at all.
yeah, I'm gonna dust Bedard, no problem.
Absolutely not. Like I just feel I know my game. I know.
Oh
Like
my
that's like
gosh.
it's tough because like I'm not a bad hockey player, so it's like
No, you're solid.
and like I can lift a stick. Like, are you strong? Doesn't
can
matter.
lift the puck.
It doesn't matter if I can just lift your stick and take it away. Like it's not like it's gonna be like this kid can't skate. Like it's not like I'm not.
It's not gonna be like when the media people that cover hockey but
Yeah.
never played go on the ice with them and just get like Datsuk versus the one guy
Oh,
that
yeah,
one
that
time
was
where he's
Yeah,
just like
amazing.
toying with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's entertaining though.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna
yes.
be like I'm
Yeah.
not saying like obviously. I just feel like it's like I'm not gonna be like you're gonna walk all over me.
We're
like,
gonna
Yeah.
find out. I'm doing my work. I'm putting in the
like
work.
hockey's not one of those sports where it's like basketball where you're not getting the ball away from the guy. Like he
Yeah,
just
yeah.
knocks you down. Like it's like if you get to that puck
Hmm.
and you lift the stick, like it's any.
I'd like to
you could
see.
just poke check. I could just poke check.
We should do
So
if
I
we
want
get
to do
a,
one-on-one with like I want to like I'll play one-on-one. Bedsy comes
Yeah.
down.
Hey, they
He's
got
probably
the.
nasty. He's probably so
probably
nasty.
is.
He's probably so nasty.
That'd be fun. GoPro on your head, 1-on-1. Bedard.
Like the drills you do like in practice when
Yeah.
like the forward catches the pass and the defense has to go around.
Yeah.
Like
if we do that, we each have to do it and see who does better.
Challenge,
oh
for sure.
my god, like
Yeah.
and like they would have to go hard.
Oh yeah.
Like I'd
Don't
like
hold
Betsy,
back.
I need you to like
You're not slowing down.
No,
If you
I'll-
can wheel around me and I don't even touch the puck, do it.
I'll set it up. I'll be like, guys, it's gonna be really embarrassing if like we take the puck off you. So go hard.
and I take
Don't hold
body,
back.
and I'm wearing a full cage. I'm like that's the problem. I'm gonna end up freaking high sticking one of these guys in the face or something.
I feel like they might not want the full speed, full body stuff
the-
because of that.
The bar down guys did it on the OHL. Hey.
No, but that's when you're there in the
Right.
moment. It's Bedsy. Let's go, buddy. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, no, like, let's give me, like, I'm about to shut you down. And then next thing you know, it's like,
Mhm.
it starts light. And then I'm just swiping it off him. And then it's
Right.
like, no, Bedsy, like, give me, like, is that all you got? And then now he's, like, pissed. And now he's in his head.
Well, stay tuned because there's going to be a big summer. We're getting in on some of the NHL events, the NHL awards, the NHL Combine, the draft.
Follow on socials. We're
Yep.
gonna try to upload more social content. It's tough.
Yeah,
but we're gonna do it.
we've got someone working on content for us, so appreciate all the support from the guys at the pod, buying the merch, becoming members, stuff like that helps us fund, crank out more content. 'Cause
Exactly.
I keep Hayden pretty busy with the how-to hockey stuff.
Yeah.
So now we've got another guy working on our social clips, so we can get these clips out there for you guys. So appreciate all the
Hell
support.
yeah, we're growing. We're on up only now, baby.
We're buzzing.
We're up
Oh,
only
it's up.
now,
Stay,
baby.
stay tuned for Chippy's Cup Bound release.
Oh, it's coming.
Cup bound track.
It's
will-
coming.
I appreciate all the support. We worked hard on it, and when we drop it, if you could just stream that. Listen,
and scream
when
it.
you go to bed tonight, like if this track drops, like play the song, put the volume on off, but just stream the song
all night.
all night. Like if you guys could just
on repeat.
if you guys just put it on repeat all night, while on Spotify, whatever, Apple Music, we're gonna drop it on everything.
Hell, just leave it on volume 1 while you're sleeping, so you wake up and you're like, Cup
Cup,
Bound.
exactly.
Cup Bound.
Ingrained in the memory. Eh? Request it on the radio.
Yeah.
Calling your local
We're gonna
radio
leak
station.
it. We're gonna leak it tonight, I think. We're gonna have a little snippet of it,
Mm,
and then we're trying to get it up on Apple and all platforms.
beauty.
Look at this last question from the comments here from Klutz 5000. We need a 3v3 game with the Puck Daddies versus other social media boys. Let's
Oh yeah.
let's
Challenge
just
some guys.
think
yeah.
here. Who's the top guy? So Barber, Nasher, and maybe Swaggy P.
Oof.
Like Swaggy P could hold his
Swaggy
own.
nasty.
He's
Swaggy,
nasty.
Swaggy P is nasty.
But so's Barber.
I mean, you didn't mention Zach Bell, but
He just never plays.
he
That's the
doesn't
thing,
actually
like,
play. He just
yeah.
kind of does like social
Yeah.
flip the puck around and
He-
stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't get out
I
there.
thought I saw
He
a
doesn't make
video where, like,
content in playing.
He like got a head injury or something, or what was?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a history there.
Like,
we
no,
won't
he
get
played.
into
He
it.
played. He played good hockey. He's a good
Yeah.
hockey player. But I'm saying, like, currently, it's not like he's making like game footage or out there playing, like
Yeah.
taking people on or anything like that. So I didn't really.
I
include
haven't
him.
really done it either.
I'd say if it
I'm
was
into that though.
Barber, Nasher, and Zach Bell versus us three, I think we could
Yeah, like
take him.
Swaggy P's
Yeah.
like a pro.
If Swaggy P was on the other team, then I would immediately
It'd be
say
a challenge.
it'd be a challenge because if his draft year was like now, he would be like drafted to the NHL. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
even be surprised because when he was the age for that, he was just
What-
always
does
too
he have
small.
does he have a hockey DB?
Probably.
I'm not too sure.
I think he's played like semi-pro, like in
Right?
Europe.
Yeah.
Like
I guess he would then. Yeah.
But like he just was too small
Man,
for
the short
that
guys
year.
the short guys that are dangerous, man. Like
Yeah.
they're so good.
And
the
like
sh-
his hands are nasty. He's
Oh,
fast.
his
He's got
shot.
good edge work. He's
Yeah.
got a wicked shot, one timer,
Deception. He's great.
everything.
Yeah. Actually, I played on a team with him and we won it all.
Yeah.
The outdoor classic.
Canadian classic.
Canadian classic.
Yeah.
And man, we got a good pond hockey record. Yo, grab the cup.
Grab. Oh yeah.
Let's end it. So yeah, we won the whatever it was, the pond hockey
Appreciate you,
class.
Benny.
And then another dub on the record here, the North American Cup Competitive Division Championship.
Let's go.
Right there. Us three boys won that with a little help from the rest of the Puck Daddies here. But yeah, we're the best in North America, by the way, at pond hockey. So anyone wants to,
Well, remember what I said? I'm the best hockey player in this earth.
you did
on
say
this
that.
earth.
You said pond hockey player though, not hockey player.
Best pond hockey
Oh,
player.
well,
Look at
I
this,
suck
eh?
too. No,
Wow, still
actually,
show-
yeah, we need to start like an influencer league.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Oh, that'd be so sick. I just like would love that.
We'd have to like go somewhere where there's we'd have to like live at the hockey hotel and then
Yeah.
play in the little mini
Well,
rink.
yeah,
there.
like it's like where we just show up and we play games. For, like I don't know, like there's a house like I don't know if you saw in like the what's it called, the House of Highlights. They do, or is it?
Yeah.
They have like a creator league where all the
Mm.
creators play like 1v1s, but like they put in for like 50K.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
They
Wow.
play, like 1v1 tournament, but everyone's watching them, so it's like
Mm-hmm.
all these big basketball influencers have an audience. But then
Well, we can spearhead that. We can grow the pod and then
The thing is,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't,
bro.
with soccer and with basketball, there's so much more showmanship that can happen there. But with hockey, it's not there. You can't be showy with the puck. It's a team sport. You need to play like a team to win.
But
like
I
you
think,
can't.
I feel like if you get Swaggy P and Barber and everyone against it, you just say we're here we're here to win, but we're also like bonus points for like style.
Like,
It's just so hard.
It gets so nasty. Like it gets like it's especially when you're paying for like that kind of dosh. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be like it ain't
but-
gonna be sweet.
so-
Like
so-
it's gonna be like that's what's fun to watch though. It's like
But that's essentially what the three ice is trying to do. So
Mm.
3 ice they ran last year. It's a 3 versus 3 league that runs in the summertime. They're going again this year, and they're like, let's just make like a fun 3v3 highlight only type league.
Right.
And I went out and watched the games, and I saw some of the guys. There's one guy who was so nasty with the puck. He was doing all the puck trips, scoops, like all the Zach Bell, Swaggy P, and Swaggy P played in that league as well.
Right. Oh,
And he's ridiculous. He does all the
Yeah.
tricks and all that stuff. But once it comes down to a game, it all disappears because it doesn't work.
the fundamentals.
It-
Yeah.
It goes down to
actually win.
fundamental
Yeah.
to win a game.
I'm gonna
So
go lift that stick off you. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Lifting the puck up.
Right?
Yeah.
So it just doesn't work on the ice. You can't do it because once, like, if you actually want to win, there's money on the line. And for those guys, there was $1 million.
yeah.
yeah.
The winning team got $1 million. So if one of the guys like, hey guys, watch this, stop doing that stuff because we want to win. We want the $1 million. Right? So you essentially have to do like a Harlem
Hey, well,
Globetrotters
can
type
we
thing. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
talk? We'll talk.
All right. All right.
There's a crazy
Mm-hmm.
Got
play
ideas?
there.
We got ideas. Anyways, that's the pod. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
I'm starving, guys. I gotta get.
Thanks everyone who tuned into the live in the comment section. Appreciate all of you. Carter
I'm
plays. We're looking at the chat.
now.
We're looking at the
Um,
chat. Great podcast here for all of it. Love it. Thank you guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yep. 1v1 versus Bedard. So they're looking for.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Don't think this, Flo.
The Bedard blender
Oh my
drill.
goodness.
We'll see you guys next week.
Starving. I'm
Gonna
starving.
change the world with my hockey stick. Gonna make a real difference. Feed the poor and heal the sick.